I'll ask you this, Joe, because I don't think that Anthony Richardson is a fit with the Raiders at this spot here where I'm drafting at 7 overall. And I'm a Raider hater, so I'm going to go with whatever's the worst situation for them. I'm just kidding. I'm going to draft what I think is best. But do you see some of the fit concerns with Anthony Richardson that I see? Because the biggest thing for me is I think that he needs to develop. And he needs to go to an offense that's going to scheme around him. And it seems like what they're going to run with Jimmy G in Vegas is the opposite of what he needs.
And I think everybody would love an athlete like Anthony Richardson, somebody that you could be like, this guy could be a great quarterback. But there's so many questions about him that you can't take him. When you're and somebody hit me up on TikTok, they're like, why can't you? If he's going to be a good quarterback in 3 years, why not? Because when you're in the top 10, you're in the top 10 for a reason. You need somebody that can come in day one and be that guy. You can't take a risk here. We're not 100% that all these guys are going to be great, but you want the guy that's a solid prospect coming in day one when you're drafting in the top 10 to turn this franchise around. Is Anthony Richardson that guy? No, you're going to have to sit him on the bench. So, and the Raiders don't. The Raiders won 6 games last year. They don't have the luxury to be sitting there going, you know what? Yeah, we could waste a first round pick and hope our defense gets better, later on in the draft. And Josh McDaniels, the quarterback whisperer. When the hell did he ever become a great quarterback whisperer? He had Tom Brady, the greatest guy. That's it. After that, when has the quarterbacks been good? When has the quarterbacks been good? Kyle Orton? You're going to say Kyle Orton? Come on.
Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, and now he's on the Raiders. Brian Hoyer.
That's what I'm saying.
You got 2 MVPs. Remember when I joked about Jimmy G press conference being pushed back because Brian Hoyer got released? Now they're both on the same team. Woo! Raiders got this going on. I don't know, Mike. This is the way I thought the board would be for the Raiders if I was drafting for the Raiders. And this is where I'm thinking the Raiders would trade down. In this scenario, I would think the Raiders would actually trade down because the 2 cornerbacks are still on the board and Paris Johnson is still on the board. Those are the 3 that I'd be looking at if I was sitting in your shoes, but I would also be looking to trade down.
I don't know that there's a team that wants to come to this spot for the exact reasons that you just said. The top 2 corners are still on the board. There's still the top offensive linemen are still on the board. There's still some good edge rusher, D-line, depending on what you're looking for at that position. So why would anybody come up to 7? I think the Raiders are going to be forced to make a pick. And are they going to let Will Levis go past this spot? Because to me, Levis is the quarterback that fits the Raiders more than Anthony Richardson. Please don't ruin Anthony Richardson's career by making him a Raider.
If the Raiders draft Anthony Richardson, you might as well give him jersey number 2.
Well, let's not do that, okay? Let's not do that. I am in control of the Raiders here, so whatever Joe thinks doesn't matter. I'm taking Joe Schmo.
He's taking Charlie Jones, the wide receiver from Purdue.
Leon Sandcastle's the pick here. No, I think that if the board goes down like this, the best shot here for the Raiders is to get Max Crosby some help. And I don't mean edge rusher. I mean getting him a corner that's going to lock down receivers on the outside and give him some more time to get to the quarterback. I'd take Oregon cornerback Christian Gonzales at 7. But good thing this is a mock, and this isn't going to happen in real life.
Don't do that. Do not put my favorite player from this draft on the Raiders. I can't handle that.
I think that in this spot, if this is the way it goes down, and this is the way the draft board crumbles, and CJ Stroud isn't there, it's basically the guy. Because I don't think the Raiders are drafting any quarterback other than CJ Stroud at 7 overall. This is your perfect pick. I mean, Christian Gonzalez could have been, a guy that was drafted up with sauce last year. He is a dynamic cornerback that can do it all. Play man coverage, zone coverage, plays the ball in the air really well. Great instincts. He's a playmaker, and he seems to have that fire that you want to see in a cornerback. It's a really challenging position to play. You got to do a lot of throwing the last play out and focusing on the next one. And then the biggest thing that a lot of NFL teams are looking for in corners, and we saw it with Sauce last year, J.C. Horn, put J.C. Horn over Pat Surtain the year before that. This guy hits like a linebacker.
He's a tackling machine, and that's what I was looking at him and Witherspoon. I've been looking at both of them all offseason, like trying to find out which one. I don't think you can go wrong with either one, but I think Gonzalez puts his body up there more than everybody else, and he comes out there. Come on, Bolt man.
I forgot to add something to my take about Christian Gonzalez not going to the Raiders. Fuck the Raiders. Go Boltman! By the way, everyone, I would like for y'all to like the video real quick. It helps us out so much in the YouTube algorithm and finding success with these videos. We put some effort into them. So if you like the content, please like the video. And if you're not subscribed to the channel with notifications on, we go live like this multiple times a week. So turn on those notifications.